I'd like to call this meeting of the West Allis Milwaukee School Board to order. Mr. Keller, would you please lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Sarah, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Keller?
Here.
Mrs. Kaiser?
Here.
Ms. Deal?
Here.
Mr. Burns? Mrs. Carr?
Here.
Mr. Sikich?
Present.
Mrs. Lee?
Here.
Mr. Becker is excused. President Lee?
Here. Proper notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the open meeting laws of the state of Wisconsin. Do you have any modifications for the agenda this evening?
There are no modifications.
All right, we'll move right into our Walker Elementary Student Showcase. Before we start, the board is going to move around to these front seats here, and then we'll get to hear from our students.
Kind of time.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Miller. I'm the proud principal of Walker Elementary School. We have two separate groups here with me tonight, and I just wanted to quickly connect some of the work that our students are doing to our Walker Elementary Theory of Action, and just say that really our major focus this year is on high quality grade level instruction for our kiddos. So our first group is two kids from Team Respect who are going to give you a demo of some of our early literacy work, which is work that our teachers have been working really hard on during our professional development days. And then I have some kids from Team Excellence who are going to talk to you about our Walker Character Education and Success Skills program, which is a partnership we have through Alverno College and their Leadership Advancing Character and Culture in Schools initiative. So those are our two groups, and I am going to turn it over to the kids and let them run the show.
Good evening. We are first graders from Walker School. Hi, my name is Lulu. Hi, my name is Brayden. We work every day with our teachers in phonics group. We would like to show you our strategy for plural words and partner reading. Our teachers model plural words for us, and we then blend the sounds to read words. We build words that and finally connect to reading. Nouns and ask to make more than one plural rules are add es to words ending in x, s, z, ch, and sh. We highlight those words in a story, read those words, then partner read the story. Let us show you. So that we highlight the words, and then we read the sentence one by one. Liz has one lunchbox and two lunchboxes. That is one too many. Bob has 2 shoes and 3 socks. That is one too many. Tim has 3 friends and 4 books. That is one too many. Pam has 4 cats and 5 bowls of milk. That is one too many. Rex has 5 boxes and 6 piles of toys. That is one too many. But I have one family and lots of kisses. That is one too many. Not too many. Liz has one lunch and two lunch boxes. That's one too many. Bob has two shoes and three socks. That's one too many. Tim has three friends and four books. That's one too many. Pam has four cats and five bowls of milk. That's one too many. Rex has five boxes and six piles of toys. That's one too many. But I have one family and lots of kisses. That's not too many.
Partner read.
What?
Partner read.
So we sit knee to knee, elbow to elbow when we partner read. And then like sometimes we look at our board, board paper to see if we missed any.
Does the board have any questions for Team Respect before we welcome Team Excellence? Questions from the board? Car.
So how do you help each other when you're working?
We like sometimes like we like sometimes like we like see sometimes like we like we look at each other's and see if you didn't understand that word, and then if we have to read it, we help them read it. Or if they forgot to highlight the word, we help them.
Do you two get to be partners in real life when you're in the classroom?
We get
Switching?
so like there's a group we have. It's me, Lyric, and Brayden, and like we like sometimes we used to have a friend named Sophia, but then she moved to another room. So then but her morning spot's still in her room. Yeah, so then we have a whole partner again. We used to like switch, so I've been with Lyric, been with Brayden, and then I've been with Sophia, and then we switch.
Okay. Thank you. Great.
You guys can still stare if you want. Just keep the microphone higher up.
There's a website.
Okay.
If you can click on it.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I'm Mickey. And I'm Maddie. And we are students from Walker Elementary. We are here to talk about the success skills through our character education program. Our classroom teams are named after our success skills, which completes the acronym PRIDE. Our school-wide assemblies, which is our roundups, where we learn about our success skill for the month, celebrate students showing character and specials, complete star card drawings, wear Walker gear, reflect on student behavior data, and make goals to improve. And something new this year is that we celebrate Students of the Month. Through the character education, there are 11 principles. The roundup support 3 of the 11 principles. Principle 1, school community promotes core ethical and performance values as the foundation of good character. Principle 2, school defines character comprehensively to include thinking, doing, and feeling. Principle 3, school uses comprehensive, intentional, and proactive approaches to character development. Updates. We have roundups once a month instead of weekly. Gives more time for teams in charge and town hall meetings to prepare. We have them on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. and they're normally 45 minutes. A new formation that we have been sitting in is the horseshoe. Updated slides and planning scripts. Collaborative progress between presenting team and town hall kids. This is based on feedback we have received from last year. Open to brainstorming on what that specifically would look like. Our main goal for our roundups is to have kids more interested and engaged for everyone.
This picture is from our first roundup. As you can see, we are sitting in a horseshoe. This way, it is more interactive.
This is an example of one of our games. Teachers and students had to balance 3 dice on a popsicle stick in their mouth. The participants showed the success skill of excellence by congratulating each other and trying their best. Something new again this year is Students of the Month. Students are nominated from teachers that display the success skill of excellence in the past month.
Another thing that is new this year that gave joy to kids who walked through the door was our all-star mascot.
As we said earlier, roundups are now once a month. Soon we will be learning the success skills of dream and imagination. The schedule will be posted on the board. Our success skill focus, what does that mean for me? Embedding opportunities to recognize, reflect, and practice excellence across learning. What does that look like? Interpreting into SEL. How can I show excellence when walking the hall, doing math, etc.? Seesaw activities. Seesaw activities are where we have teachers assign us activities and kids can access them and do different things like read, write, draw, video record, and record their voices. If you guys need ideas, we have our Success Skill Resort site, which is a good resource for teachers to find books, videos, and or activities on excellence and how to show them in the classroom.
Star cards. School-wide card incentives. We use star cards to motivate attendance goals at the Tier 1 level.
A card drawing from the bucket on Fridays is used to reward students who have been coming to school and showing our success skills. Classroom card incentives. Teachers are engaged to use star cards. Encouraged to use star cards and for their own classroom incentives. And we're done. We're done. Why did you tell her to keep going? We're done.
Does anyone have any questions?
And then we'll see.
I love your countdown to the start.
Your idea. Your idea. No.
So have you been at Walker or in our district for how many years? Like,
This is my 7th year.
Yeah, this is all of our seventh
Okay,
year.
so my
Seventh year.
comment to you is that I can tell. I can tell because of the way that speak to an audience. The way that you use eye contact and you practiced ahead of time and you were just so in tune to your audience. And I think all of those years of being at Walker or being in our district is really paying off. And I love that skill set.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to come to our presentation.
Thank you for listening to this presentation. Thank you for coming to our presentation.
Thank you for
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Kind of magical pages.
Okay. All right.
Right. I feel like I'm pretty good at it.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I want to thank the Walker community for being here. The parents for bringing their students here and their students preparing to share with the board about what's happening at Walker Elementary. So thank you so much for coming here to showcase what's happening there so the board can ask some questions and just see what's happening in those classrooms. So thank you again. So with that, I'll move on to our superintendent's report this evening, and Dr. Robinson is ready to go.
Good evening, West Allis, West Milwaukee community. I have some lengthy recognitions tonight, so I just decided to stand up instead of going up, down, up, down. So I'm gonna go through legislative updates and then we'll get directly into our recognitions tonight. Legislative Study Committee receives recommendation to increase school-based mental health services. The Legislative Study Committee on Emergency Detention and Civil Commitment of Minors heard testimony and recommendations to address the youth mental health crisis in Wisconsin. The National Alliance of Mental Illness recommended increasing school-based mental health services funding. The committee highlighted the inability to provide comprehensive care, reimbursement issues, and the need for better training and codification of case law of court counsel. Recommendations include increasing school-based clinician capacity, utilizing Medicaid, streamlining the commercial insurance and credentialing process. To our recognitions, I want to, as they're leaving, recognize Chris Miller and the Walker All-Stars for their showcase on tonight. Excellent job, Mr. Miller, on your way out. Great job. Today is Veterans Day. Do we have any veterans? And if you're a veteran, just raise your hand or stand and be recognized. I am the son of a former Navy sailorman, and I am proud. This is one of my favorite days because I know my dad sticks his chest way out to show off his pride and the honor of serving his country. I also have two grandfathers who served in the military, one in the Air Force and one in the Army. So I'm very proud of today. And I salute any of our veterans on today, Veterans Day, every day, but especially on today, which is Veterans Day. I have to tell you, West Milwaukee Intermediate is a true success story in our district. When I asked Jeff Thompson, the principal, what do you credit with success? In an humbling way, he said, I really don't know what to say. I know what to say. I can tell you it's all about creating culture in your building and setting high expectations for students. Part of that culture building, I would like to recognize the work of Mr. Grabner and the impact he's having here at West. Mr. Grabner is our impact teacher. Mr. Grabner continues to go above and beyond with this commitment to our students. He spends time after school daily working with students to provide academic support. He relentlessly talks to and models for students alternative methods to address frustration or anger. Mr. Grabner plays a significant role in the work being done at West. There's another recognition. I would like to recognize Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones is our youth advisor at West. Mr. Jones is a positive role model to all of our students. He is amazing at forming relationships and trust with our students. He supports students in groups, in the classroom, and one-on-one. His impact is immeasurable, and we are very thankful he is a part of our staff. So in honor and recognition of these individuals and the culture that's really been a transformation at West Milwaukee, I have put myself up as a reward. So I had two young men to take me up on that challenge. And I had lunch on Friday with Gio and Javier. And so part of the incentive was they asked to have lunch with me. And part of that lunch period, they both had the opportunity to play against me in Jenga. And I'm happy to say I beat both of them. However, it's all about building camaraderie and relationships with these students. And I told them that I will not wait for them to choose me again. I will come back on my own to have lunch with them as an incentive. And so we are building that relationship. And that's what's needed in our schools. We have to spend time building relationships and developing mentors within our buildings. Our rec department, thank you to the West Allis Central Class of 1969 and the West Allis Cheese and Sausage Shop on behalf of Blocktoberfest for the generous donations to our Champion for a Child Scholarship Fund. These funds will help to ensure that children in our district have access to after-school programs and youth sports, and that comes from our rec department. Tonight, I have some special recognitions. I want to ask Mr. Matt Lesser to come join me up here. Frequently, we talk about the success on the field, but we conveniently leave out the success in the classroom. And so tonight, I want to recognize two individuals, Mr. Thomas Metley and Mr. Evan Raymond, received football academic all-state awards from the Wisconsin Football Coaches Association on last week. They have 3.75 GPAs, seniors, and both are varsity level letter winners. So I know that we have Mr. Raymond. Would you come on? Where's Mr. Raymond? Come on up here. And Mr. Metley, come on up. And I want their parents to come up because I know Brian and Valerie Raymond are here. And Thomas, I didn't get your parents' name. Could you please announce your parents' name? Thomas and Lisa, would you please come up? Because this is not a, hey. We can give these kids all the credit that it's a parental thing that really pushes that extra support. So we're going to give you a formal certificate. We do have them right here. We're going to ask that our entire board come up and take a picture with them. Well, we'll do one personally. Come on up, and with the parents, come on up. Oh, guys, parents, yeah.
Let them go first.
And the principal. Got the chest out.
I might have.
Thomas, here you go. You get your handshake, man. Congratulations.
No, we'll keep Tommy and Evan together.
Hold up real quick, and then we'll have the entire board come right up. Okay? Can we squeeze in?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, yeah.
Jane and Rebecca can stay on.
All right, y'all get ready. All right. All right.
It's about aesthetics.
One, two. The whole board?
Yes, please.
All right, whole board.
We know.
There's
There's Dr. Robertson. Dr. Robertson, can Shaylin join us?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Guys, okay, let's see theater better and help you guys out here. All of the winners, you guys hand out parents.
Yeah.
That would need to be everybody. Yeah, well, yeah, they were asking, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, have your shoulders up in that, that's it. Okay, make sure you all can know. Okay.
This really.
Now.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Great job.
I'm gonna put X's on the floor where everything is.
Yes, please.
Cross country and theater.
Boys volleyball. The co-op varsity boys volleyball team, the Dogs, were winners of the regionals and have another plaque to hang in the school hallway by winning 3 of 4 sets versus Whitnell on October 25th. We want to, unfortunately, they were defeated by New Berlin Co-op. We're not worried about them. That's not important. But I want to formally recognize our team tonight, and I know we have a couple of all-state awardees that we also have certificates for. We'll do all of this try to do it at one after the other. Let's bring the entire team up. Let's give them a hand. Our co-op. Bring them on up. Bring them on up.
Here the same time of year.
A lot of Buddha's kids. I didn't realize I could never be a volleyball player. I'm too short. Oh, no.
No, sitters.
Oh, the liberos, right? Liberos.
See, we didn't, back in high school, we didn't have a boys volleyball team.
Whoa, that's never happened before.
Dr. Robinson, you might have to go in front.
Yeah.
In front of the others. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no. Can we get a director?
Carolyn, take notes on this.
Let's all, I guess, with those guys.
Oh, my God.
So now we're gonna come on board too?
Yes, please.
Okay, guys in the back, you're all going to stay. Everybody go to your back. Go ahead and bring it. Okay, find a window.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Great.
We have all state. We only recognize all state academic. Ben Molesky, Nolan Ross, Mike St. Clair. Devin Williams, and
If I can see right over there, like it doesn't block. Logan, who's that guy? He's becoming taller than everybody in that house.
It's time to bring up some state qualifiers. And we're talking about our Hale cross country team. Congratulations to our boys and girls cross country teams. This past Saturday at the cross country sectionals at Muskego, our girls team had a great success, sending 2 of our freshman runners, Piper Manure and Nina Stoller. Piper was 3rd overall and Nina was 9th overall. They went on to compete in state on my weekends, or 2 weekends ago now? Yeah, 2 weekends ago, right? And then our boys, we had Kai Brunner, John Gruchich, Ethan Plyer, Elijah Sayek, Coda Bruner, Joseph Ventura, and Caleb Jensen. So I want to bring up the girls and boys cross-country teams from Nathan Hale High School.
You've seen a couple in a row now. Let's go. How you doing? Good job. Good. Congrats.
Hi, Jeff.
Oh, good to see you.
All right.
I know, I was like, I feel left out now.
One of us.
Is it? Further?
It goes to they all are prom gowns. And then just picture is so
1, 2, 3. And then can we get the whole board?
No one can speak. I know, right? I just.
Move that way a little bit. Okay, remember where you're standing.
Here, right over here.
Here, shade here.
Have side seats.
Exit on the floor.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect, thank you.
We got one more? We got one more.
All right.
You need to perform the game in the hallway. Let's go.
No, it's like.
I'm gonna have Shelley Strasser to come up and do the next introduction, but when I tell you, I need everybody in this community to come out this weekend. Support our kids in their production of Damn Yankees. I will be there Thursday to see. I'll be on the front row cheering. The guy that's probably standing up loud. That'll be me. All right. But we have to make sure part of the effort this year is not just a single out athletics, but we have to do a better job of promoting our academic programs. And our plays are, I put them up against any other district in the state of Wisconsin with the quality of production. Let's give them a hand. I mean, everything.
All right, I'll be quick because they need to get its tech week, as you can imagine. So I got to get them over to the auditorium. But I'd like to take a minute to introduce Scott Grimscheid, who is our department's managing director of our youth theater and really helps us to make all the magic happen. And he's going to introduce, as you can see, we have a very large cast for Damn Yankees, but they're not all here with us tonight. Tonight we have our main characters, and I'll ask Scott to come on up and introduce them for us.
Thank you. I don't need a microphone.
Damn Yankees opens Thursday, runs through Sunday. I am delighted with this production that we were able to bring back this chestnut of a show. Because it's not one that's done very often. Yeah, it's dated. Yeah, it's a little sexist, but it's hilarious. And the kids are doing a great job with it. Come on up, guys. Introduce yourselves. These are our 3 leads. So your name and what character you're playing.
Hello, my name is Aiden Sandoval, and I play the main character Joe Hardy, or well, young Joe.
My name is Nico Rivera, and I play Mr. Applegate. I am the man that sold him a deal to be a baseball player, and I'm a little naughty.
Off stage.
If you guys didn't realize, he's the devil. My name is Kai Hernandez Shoop. I play the main woman lead. I play Lola, and this is my boss. And I'm trying to get him to not go back home. So yeah.
I have been with the district for 30 years, directing and now directing this program. I am so thrilled with these kids. They're so much fun to work with. And the program, this is our 3rd year with the rec department as our finance. Yeah, they manage all the finances for us. They're awesome. And our program is growing very, very quickly. So, and those kids that were here from Walker, I wish they were still here. I want them to audition to be in a show. But anyway, thank you, all of you, for supporting us all the years, and please come and see the show. We have posters here. Please take one, put them up wherever you can. That includes anybody out there. And thank you again for letting us come and introduce our production.
We'll be done 10 minutes. And then we'll take the whole board.
Promise.
You want to do both of those?
Go back.
Yeah, come on. That's nice to see you. Come on.
Awesome. Ready. 1, 2. Perfect. Thank you. Usually there's this little exercise to do. That's a much report.
Grew up in West Dallas.
That one.
I also want to make sure I thank our cross-country coaches as well as any other coaches that are here, in particular, Coach Max Miller, Coach Frederick, and Coach DeWitt. So outstanding job. The kids can compete, but it takes culture. And as the board, we're talking about that back in the back just a few minutes ago. It takes a positive culture to build a solid athletic program. So outstanding job. Just a few updates before I close out, and I promise I am about to close out in a little bit. Some community events, West Dallas Rotary Club, Awesome Cell Training, CISA 1 Superintendent's Pack, the 29th Annual Holiday Craft Fair sponsored by Nathan Hill PTSA. I am just glad I left my wife at home because she would have bought a lot of stuff. Outstanding event, one of the best I've seen. Attended the Greater Milwaukee Urban League Black and White Ball, district-wide professional development, on those first Monday and Tuesday of this month, leadership fall gatherings at Oak, one-on-one meetings with cabinet members, Southwest Suburban Health Department meeting, new teacher mentor meeting, as well as incentive lunches, as I mentioned earlier, with West Milwaukee, referendum canvassing, and the Nathan Hale United Flag football game versus Milwaukee, Washington, which is sponsored by Special Olympics. Those are all of my events from the past week. I wanted to acknowledge a young lady who's sitting on our podium tonight, on our dais tonight, and Shaylin Smith is a senior at Docky. She's a dually enrolled between Docky and Central. She's a concert master violin player and principal viola of Central Orchestra. She's a published author and ranked number 1 at Docky and ranked number 10 at Central for student rankings. And so she is our student representative tonight. I wanted her to just share anything that you want to share. No pressure, but what's going on at Docky if you want to share anything.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Dotkey, we're always doing new things. We're always having lots of stuff going on. I believe the coolest thing we have going on at Dotkey right now is we are working on putting together a new library. It's going to be entirely student run. We have a space on the 3rd floor that we don't really use, and we're looking to expand that and kind of just make it into a new space for students to be able to use. And they're taking requests for any books that students would like to be included in the library. So it's very inclusive with everybody at the school, and we've got like QR codes posted around for anyone who's interested in requesting books. So that's definitely the coolest thing we have going on. We've also, I believe it was about a year ago now, our new kitchen was finished. So we have some really great culinary classes at Dotkey. Students from Halen Central actually come in the morning to participate in those culinary classes with students from Dotkey, and they're making all sorts of different things with Chef Amy. And we also have those things available sometimes for students to purchase at lunch. We had, even today, I believe we had popcorn and we had some other baked goods that students have made. So we're doing a lot with our new kitchen, which has been great. And I have heard supposedly that the culinary students will be making the food for our Dotkey Thanksgiving dinner that we do every year. We do it, I believe, the day before we go on Thanksgiving break. The entire school comes together in the gym and we just basically have a big school-wide family dinner. Instead of dinner, it's lunch, but I believe the culinary students will be making the food for that, which is super cool. And yeah, we've been using our kitchen a lot lately. Other than that, Yeah, I am only at Dotkey for a couple of classes since I leave early, but we've added some new courses. Like we now have pre-calculus, which I am part of. So we're expanding some of the things that we're doing with math. We have 3 new teachers this year who have all been outstanding so far. And we've gotten a lot of new students as incoming freshmen and some other incoming sophomores and juniors, which has been great. So Dotkey continues to grow, and we're also continuing to expand our reach into the community through doing a school-wide project. We have our individual crews. They would be like advisories at Hale or Central, and they can consist of up to about 20 students at each grade level, and they are working to do different community projects with different driving questions. My crew is about 10 seniors, and we are working to put on a small business fair to bring some attention to the various businesses that we have in West Dallas. And we're also trying to bring Dotkey more into the community and just get more people to know about who we are and what we do and what our goal is in being project based. So that's been really exciting. And I believe some of the other crews are doing activities they want to plan. Like some different fairs. A crew is working on setting up having school dances at Dotkey. Everyone's got a different driving question, but we're all just working to expand our community and to get the word out about Dotkey, essentially. So yeah, I believe other than that, we've just always got new things happening. And if anyone is interested, I believe our first exhibition night this year will be on January 23rd from 4 to 7 p.m. It is when every single student at Dotkey, instead of doing final exams, we showcase our projects to the community. Everybody does it, and the entire school is just filled with students and their projects. Is a great experience. We've just got so many different things going on, and that's something that everyone is looking forward to and that we are already working on planning for. So that's about all of the big stuff that we've got going on at Dotkey right now.
Excellent, Shay. You did an outstanding job. I'm going to text Greg Gales tonight and tell him he needs to hire you as his PR consultant. Did an outstanding job. There is one thing that Mr. Gales has been sending me notes on, and that was the discovery night that occurred, I believe, last week. There were about 200 families that visited throughout that particular event. That's for incoming freshmen on next year. So he's on fire as far as the enthusiasm and the recruiting for next year. And he believes he's going to meet his goal of 50 incoming freshmen for the next school year. So outstanding job. Thank you again, Shay. The last thing I have on here was we have a short video, and then I'll have some closing remarks. West Dallas, West Milwaukee, we did it. Together, we're celebrating an unforgettable and historic moment for our schools and our communities. For the first time in over 20 years for a capital referendum, and the first time ever for an operational referendum, we've achieved something truly extraordinary together. Because of you, our voters, supporters, families, friends, and neighbors, both referendum questions have passed. This is a game changer for our district. Because of your support, we're able to invest in our staff and invest in our schools. Thank you for believing in our vision and standing with us. Thank you for your investment in our students, our teachers, and the future of our schools. We will continue to be transparent in our plans and progress with the community. And we're excited to keep you engaged in the process as we bring this vision to life. We're not just moving forward, we're building a brighter, stronger, more unified district. This is our community. This is our future. This is our West Way. Comments. The author Mark Twain once said there are 2 important days in a man's life. The first day is when he's born, and the second day when he realizes why, his purpose. Now, I have to be honest, my birthday doesn't change. It stays the same. But the more and more I do this work, that second day changes for me. November 5th, is a day personally I will never forget, because that's the day that this community said yes to investing in our district. It is truly a game changer. And why do I say it's that's the day for me? It's because I've often been asked, why or did you go way up to Wisconsin? Why did you go? Why did you go? Did you want to shovel up snow and all that kind of stuff? No. It's to make a difference. This is something that will be in the history books forever. People will remember me, but they won't remember the Rachel Cruzes and the Jesse Tuttles of the world. They won't remember the Mike Thruns or the Connie Burtons. These are all people, and he's just to name a couple of people who have worked behind the scenes to make sure that this happens. And I wanted to personally thank every single person and member of this district community who helped out. I know I can't mention everybody's name because the books won't remember it, but I remember it, and I am grateful to everyone who supported it, and especially this board who sat back, listened to our proposals, gave us some feedback, and allowed us to work. That's all we asked for, was the opportunity to get it done. I want to personally thank every single member of this cabinet who also assisted, especially Aaron Norris, who I think can finally sleep now. And believe it or not, it's actually gotten worse now. He's still like a Energizer bunny. He's still going at it. And also Carolyn Hahn, who came aboard in January into this position. And when I tell you she hit the ground running, she hit the ground running. So I am over the hills. I'm still on cloud nine with enthusiasm. But I just wanted to publicly say thank you to everyone personally for your support and your belief in this administration, as well as this board and this district. Thank you for investing in our kids and investing in our schools. That concludes the superintendent's report for tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Robinson. We'll move on to item 8, our public comments for this evening. We did have one person sign up for public comments. Is there a Sunny Nias Rand? Is
Sanja.
Oh, there she is.
Sanja.
Okay, she is on Zoom. Great. So just real briefly before we open it up there, for addressing the board, you have 3 minutes to do so. Please start by stating your name and your address, and then you have 3 minutes to address the board. If there is any response required that is not simple that we can provide at the time after your comments are concluded, we will provide that by the next regular Board of Education meeting. If there's anyone on Zoom, other additional people on Zoom who would like to provide comments, there should be a link that you can sign up to do so. So with that, I know we got to switch the audio over, but I'll turn it over. So it says Sunny on here. I apologize.
Oh, no problem. Okay, well, my name is Sanja Nias Randall, and I do go by Sunny. I live 2014 South 102nd Street here in West Allis, Wisconsin, 53227. I will make it quick. So good evening, members of the board. I'm a proud parent in the WAWM school district, and I just want to take a moment to express my deep gratitude for the incredible work that this district is doing for students like my son. My son, who is neurodivergent, is striving at the Deeper Learning Virtual Academy, and this wouldn't be possible without the district's commitment to equity and providing meaningful opportunities for all students to succeed. I also want to recognize 2 outstanding teachers who've had an extraordinary impact on my son's success, Ms. Sakura and Ms. Skiba. Their dedication, support, and belief in my son has made all the difference, and I cannot thank them enough for the energy that they put into his learning journey. I have recently vowed to become more involved in our community. And I believe there's no better platform than to start by being actively engaged with the schools. I'm committed to supporting our district in any way I can, and I look forward to contributing more to this amazing community. So again, thank you to the board and the entire WAWM school district for your hard work, dedication, and investment in all of our children. It truly makes a difference. That's it.
Thank you so much for those comments. We appreciate that. We'll make sure to make note of your kudos to the staff members that have been helping out your son.
Thank you.
With that, we don't have any additional members signed up for public comments. So I will close public comments at this time and move on to item 9, our board reports for the evening, starting with a 9.1 review of the board calendar. Today is November 11th. We have our regular Board of Education meeting today at 6 p.m. Then on November 18th, 6 p.m., we have a board workshop on student services and supports. And then November 25th at 6 p.m., we have a regular Board of Education meeting. Well, we will also have a state report card results workshop. Moving on to 9.2, board member reports of community events. Is any community events that board members like to report on that they attended? Ms. Lee?
I also was at the craft fair at Nathan Hale last weekend, ran into Dr. Robinson, and I just want to say that I know it was a little chaotic with the gym floor not being able to be used. And I have to say just the organization and that they put into it and the time and just everything to make that day happen is always amazing to me. I get lost in it as I'm wandering around and stuff. I didn't get to say hi to all the kids that I knew that were working it, but it was just very, very well done again, as usual. So thank you to everybody who had a hand in that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ms. Lee. Anyone else like to report on events they attended? Mr. Keller.
I too made it to the craft fair, which is just a great event. So many different options and so many good holiday potentially stocking stuffers and decorations and other things. I unfortunately did bring my wife, so we did end up spending a little bit of money, which is great. It's all good stuff. So great event, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
Ms. Steele.
I also was able to attend the craft fair. Always was wonderful. And again, like Mrs. Lee said, even though we didn't have the one gym available, they did a really great job of putting them in the cafeteria, and it was great. I also just wanted to again thank. I was able to actually meet up on November 5th at Oak with some of our administration and leadership here in the district, and I just want to say thank you to just everybody that helped, even with canvassing and stuff. There were a lot of teachers and staff that aren't necessarily live in this community. That are very, dedicated to our district, who came out and helped us do canvassing, took time out of their own busy schedules. So for everybody who put up a sign, who talked to their neighbor, who helped with canvassing, who came to a referendum session, who filled out an information list, whatever. I just want to say thank you for participating in this process and showing up for this community. So
thank you, Ms. Steele. Anyone else, any events they'd like to share it on? Okay, see none. It's 9.3. I do want to say a little bit about the referendum. I'm going to echo what Dr. Robinson has said and what Ms. Steele has said in regards to the thanks. I think number one obviously starts with the community and support that they showed, the level of support that they showed, the amount that the referendum, both questions passed by, I think maybe surprised some people, myself included. I thought that there would be support for it. I was confident they were going to pass, but I didn't know they would pass by that much. And to me, that says a lot. It says a lot about the support that our community has for our district. And that means a lot more than just the financial piece, which is obviously huge for what we're going to be able to do with that money for our staff to get our salaries up to about the middle of where we are in our area, but at least be more competitive with other area districts. and the repairs that we can start to do to the buildings that we're going to keep for our students. But it also says a lot to our staff that the community is behind them to that level. And the number one thing, the thing that I'm probably most proud about since I started being on this board is the trust that shows. Our community shows in our us as a board, our administration, and our district. And that's trust that has been hard fought to get back from the times that we started on the board. Some of us here, and we understand that. I want the community to understand that just because we passed our referendum, like, oh, we don't have to worry about it anymore. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal. And it's something that's an ongoing thing that we will continue to do to uphold that trust that has been shown to us, be able to good stewards of the taxpayer dollars and ensure that we're doing the very best for the long-term success of our district, our students, and our community. So I wanted to make sure to say that. But I do want to also, mention and thank Dr. Robinson for all the efforts that he has put in, all the meetings, the public meetings, the meetings that have happened internally to ensure that this thing keeps rolling. The amount of logistics required to put this together is not small. And the board is involved, obviously, in the levels that we have to be, but we're not involved at that minutia. And so I just want to thank personally Dr. Robinson for that effort and for steering that ship. When we hired you, this wasn't like the topmost thing that we were thinking about, but we knew that this was something that was going to come down the pipeline, and we knew we needed to have the right person at the head to do that. So I want to thank you on behalf of myself, and I thank the board for taking on, what is not a small task to come to a community that was resistant to supporting schools from a referendum standpoint and from a tax standpoint, and being able to get that over the finish line. That's a big deal. So I want to thank you for that. And then also, obviously, the work that Carol and Han did, the communication, like that was huge. Without having the just relentless, I think is a word that I've heard from some community members, relentless communication about, hey, we're having a referendum. How many opportunities can we give you to give us feedback at the referendum? What do you think is fair? What do you think is reasonable? As Aaron Norris, which he's not here anymore, but he would say all the time, what's reasonable? And it was very obvious that our community felt that what we were asking for was reasonable. And we're going to make good work and show that we were right about it being reasonable, and we're right about the fact that it's going to help our district immensely. And then Aaron Norris for how many questions I emailed him at a ridiculous time of night to ask him about finances, and the school finance piece of this is so complicated. And then trying to communicate that in a way that the average person can understand it, grasp it, and find it to be reasonable is also a humongous task to be able to take on. And, this is, to me, a masterclass. Everything that we did, we should write down and make sure that we understand, because this was, I think, the right way to go about doing it, especially in our community, the community that we have and the community that we are trying to communicate with, and show that this is something that we really, really needed. So I wanted to say that, maybe a little bit long-winded in that regard, but I just felt that it was really important that I expressed that, because I really did feel that when we finally passed. So, Ms. Kaiser, you had something?
Just something real quick. I spoke to Mr. Norris about this like 2 years ago, saying if we pass another referendum, I think we should be presenting at WASB a session on reclaiming our story and reclaiming our trust from our community. And I would like to put that out there in the minutes so that it comes to fruition next year.
And I do understand that there's some in our community who still don't have our trust, and that doesn't mean that we're going to stop trying to get it. So that's something that we're going to continue to do. And as Dr. Robinson alluded to, as we move forward in this process, there's going to be multiple opportunities for the community to come and see what we did with the funds that we have been given, and allow them to witness, show, hey, look, we did what we said we were going to do, because that is something that we as a board, administration, are absolutely committed to doing. All right, with that, I'll move on to our consent agenda this evening, starting at 10.1, approval of our minutes from our October 28th meeting. 10.2, employment summary, and 2.3, supplementary contracts, and we need anything separated out. Not for a motion.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Kaiser, second by Mr. Sikich. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that passes. And that is the end of our business this evening. So I look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you so much, everyone.